have some new stuff for you tonight. We've got so much stuff, I don't know if we're going to have time to go through it all. We're very excited to see this stuff, and I'm sure you will be too. So tonight we're going to see Black Dagger Keep. We're going to see an all-new faction. We're going to see indoor content. We're going to see new NPC types. We're going to see inside of Halmir Caves. We're going to see group play. We're going to see cooperation. We're going to see trains. We're going to see crowd control. Hopefully we're not going to see too many group wipes. So what you are seeing tonight is a very early build of Pantheon Rise of the Fallen. There's only a couple dozen people in the universe who have actually been inside this world. And tonight, we're bringing you all in with us. So very few developers would show you a game this early, but we're so confident in what we're showing, or what we're shooting forward, in bringing back the challenge, bringing back the social gameplay, bringing back the class interdependency into an MMO. We want you to see it. So tonight's stream would not be possible without the support you all have given us, the moral support, the pledges, the feedback. This game is as much yours as it is ours. So thanks, guys. Thanks for making it happen. So let's get on to the introductions. A man who needs no introduction, but we're going to give him one anyway. Brad Aradune McQuaid. Say hi, Brad.
Hey, guys. Thanks so much for coming. We're really excited to show you some more Pantheon tonight.
And we've got creative director Chris Joppa Perkins. Say howdy, Chris. I think.
Hey, everybody.
Yeah, there he is.
We've got world builder Fantastico John Monty Diaz-Spera. Say hola, John.
Hey, folks.
And we also have 3 guests with us tonight from Who's Gaming Now Network. Dral Naku, Neurotoxin. Say hi, guys.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? And absolutely pleased, pleasured, honored, everything to have you folks let us join you here. We really, really appreciate the opportunity. And, you know, honestly, from the last time that I talked to you folks, specifically it was Joppa that I spoke to. We had a Theory Forge episode a while back. I'm really excited to see, you know, what's coming to the game, where it's gone, where it's at, and enjoy it all with all of you folks out there.
Well, we're really excited to have you with us. I want to thank
Thanks for having us
out tonight. So, with the introductions out of the way, it looks like the team is getting ready to go. So I'm going to take us a little step back here, and we're going to let these guys play. So it's all yours, gang. Let's see some Pantheon.
All right, just to set some context to everybody, like Ben said, you'll be seeing some new stuff. Our focus has been on content, on combat tuning and pacing, on environmental art, the different spells and abilities of the core classes that we still have in. So really excited to show that off. The character models and animations, as important as they are, will come later. So that's still going to look the same. But I think you'll enjoy seeing the gameplay and this zone and the dungeon. And with that, I give it to our group leader, Joppa.
I'm fizzling a bunch already.
And we're not doing the fizzling drinking game.
We might not be, but anybody else watching most definitely can. I'd almost encourage it.
Is my group following me?
We're following you. Where are we going?
Are we already starting the troubles this early? Somebody's already left behind. We just stepped out of town.
So we've left the main village inside Avender's Pass, and Joppa's going to take us somewhere new.
Yes, indeed. We're going to take you guys on a little bit of a trip that kind of take the long way, just to give you a sense.
Get loosened up,
The scenic route.
you know. Yeah, the scenic route.
If you were in the little village here in Avender's Pass, like we just were, and we're wanting to head to Black Dagger Keep, this is how you would go. So just give you a sense of the scope. Obviously, once you learn where it is, you can take a more direct route than we are now. But
we wanted to show you this, just how epic these zones are going to be, just how a lot of the vistas and views, and
That hurts.
somebody took some damage there.
Some falling damage, or
Yeah, just a tad.
Just a little.
Just 2/3
Just
of
a
my HP.
smidge.
No big deal.
Falling damage in.
No big deal.
So while I've been running here, I actually wanted to kind of show off one of the cool features. I don't know if it's planned for launch or if it's just one of the kind of testing features right now, but being able to adjust the level of detail scaling, I just kind of slid everything to the max, and man, it's looking great.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, there'll be even more than that. There'll be all sorts. I mean, it's important, very important that an average gaming machine can run Pantheon. You're not going to need some crazy expensive box, and then along with that comes lots of controls that you can set up with your client. If for speed, for performance, for visuals, whatever you want to do.
There's a village, a little small village right over that hill in front of us there.
Oh, yeah.
When we need to sell, we need to take a break.
Cool.
Uh-oh.
So we'll start to see something.
Yeah. Something's going on up here, Jaffa.
All right, we'll wait till everybody's here and we can buff up. There's a little bit of a pass authority outpost here that we need to get through.
They're not just going to let us walk through?
And you give it a try.
Oh, well, whose authority are they enforcing?
Exactly.
That's a good question. Everybody good on buffs? What's our class makeup again, by the way?
Yeah. I could use some buffs.
We've got warrior, enchanter. Corey, what class are you right now?
Corey's not in our group, he's in the B group. Guys,
Oh, that's right.
the
That's right.
stragglers.
I'm good.
Strags.
I got 35 minutes on my buff, so.
Yeah, if you look behind us, we're being shadowed by this other group.
Chaosers, undoubtedly.
Yeah. Some bad dudes.
I don't know. This open world thing, I don't know. Other people. Alright.
So where can I see the buffs that I have right now?
Right at the top of your screen. You just have a buff bar.
Oh,
Made
there's
it
a fizzle.
buffs on it.
Somebody fizzled.
It appears I do not have any buffs
I
then.
heard it.
Coming your way.
Thanks.
Chris, can you give me any buffs? Or would it just overwrite Shelter of Weak Energy?
I don't know. Let's see. Let me get some mana back here.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Hey John, what's that castle-like structure in the distance there?
I don't know, we could take a little field trip. Maybe next
Yeah,
time,
what's Yeah, what's up there, man? Yeah. Looks pretty cool.
Alright, guys. I feel pretty good about my mana.
I don't have any food, and I don't take it. We're gonna go back to the village, so
You can run back.
we'll be all right. We'll be all right.
Ready to burn things.
Let's do it. Who's pulling?
I'm happy to.
I think you did a really good job last time.
Oh, you're so nice. I know you don't really mean that, but anyway.
Oh,
He's convincing, though, yeah?
Yeah, I thought it was so
Okay,
genuine.
let me... I fizzled. First spell of the stream, and I fizzled. His mind is held.
They got one guy in Mez.
let's watch our targets too. If you see something mess, leave it alone.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, it broke out.
The AoE.
Oh, there
Hey,
you
you'll
hit
break
the-
Mez.
You hit the Mez mob. Oh, he's berserking himself. Take him down. We've got them both stunned.
John, since you're playing the Mezzer, I know you're multitasking right now, but tell us the importance of mezzing and what it's actually doing here.
Yeah, when
let's
you
talk
start
crowd control, guys.
when you start getting linked mobs or mobs that are shouting, you start really having to sort of keep other mobs occupied. And Mez is, and this Hold the Mind spell here is a really reliable low-level enchanter Mez. You'll see me casting it a lot tonight, and probably fizzling on it too.
Alright, this guy's going down.
There we go. Sit back and let that finish.
Alright.
Bring that up real quick. Actually, not gonna do me much.
I'm not that impressed with the pass authority. Hopefully they get a little tougher going in here.
I had a lot of hit points, but that was about it.
There we go.
Yeah.
Oh, there's your fresh bread and your water. And your bandana,
Yep.
John.
Gotta
That's
have the
key.
bandana.
Gotta have that bandana.
How's your endurance holding up, Brad?
Pretty good. I gotta watch it in a really long fight, but yeah, it's good. Yeah, you gotta watch it in a long battle. You can't just kick and bash and shoulder crash with impunity.
Right.
Definitely a resource you want to keep track of.
Yeah, it doesn't really seem like it comes back quick, even when you're sitting down resting.
Are you hungry?
Maybe.
Just in real life?
Yeah, like.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant in real life. I was gonna grab some food. No, I'm good.
Everybody
Alright.
is level 10 8-bit grin.
Yep. Everybody should be level 10. Let's keep moving.
Alright, pull another guy over here. No, he's just one guy. Should
He's just a recruit.
Guy's safe.
have
Let's have a
recruits.
bad day on the job here.
Yeah,
This
he's
guy Hans
regretting
screened him in.
He's regretting
On
being
screen, so
recruited.
he's probably several levels below us.
Spawned on the day of the stream.
Yeah, he's 4 levels below us. Oh, he's hitting pretty
Looks
good.
like he's doing some damage.
Yeah, he had more in him than I thought.
He's trying to make a name for himself.
Yeah, that's true. He's doing
Oh, he died to
ambitious.
try hard.
Very ambitious.
Oh, I'm just like walking up. He ended up causing some trouble here for us. Challenging fight.
So, Joppa, maybe a little intro on who these Black Dagger guys are, what the lore is behind it.
Yeah, well, at this point, we don't even know that this is Black Dagger related yet.
Oh, my bad.
Except we get a clue in the faction messaging there
Right.
that the Black Daggers don't necessarily like what's happening. But yeah, this is just an outpost. It's a front for the greater Black Dagger organization, which we'll be bumping into here in a little bit. And these guys are made mostly of recruits that have hopes for being enlisted in the Black Daggers, and it's also a place to just kind of put a buffer between the actual Black Dagger keep and the more regularly traveled areas of Avendir's Pass.
So they
little
really
bit of
are
it.
just kind of the pawns.
They are very much. A little bit of an intimidation factor as well, just to keep common folk away. And it's far enough removed from Throne Fastian presence that they've carved out a good little niche for themselves back here, as we'll see.
All right.
Let's do it. Waiting on you, Brad. This guy looks like he's ready for some.
All right, we heading up. All
Yeah.
right. Maybe I can just pull him on down. Let's see.
Yeah, I'd bring him down here.
Oh yeah, let's bring him down.
So in terms of him just repositioning there, was that him trying to get less people hitting him in the back?
No, he was after another player, and then I taunted him just in time.
Ah, I gotcha.
Got it. I'm trying to keep him on me.
Feeling very wizardly, smacking him in the back of the head with his club.
Oh,
Pretty nice staff.
Alright, he's dead.
any tasty bread? Nope, just a bandana.
Hmm. These guys are giving all their bread away.
I have a feeling you're gonna have lots of bandanas by the end of this
Guys are just
stream.
hanging out, eating bread.
All right, this way.
Let's mess the guard and drop the recruit,
All right.
and then we'll take the
Sounds
guard
good.
down.
You want me to hit the guard with the mez from here?
Yep.
Mez?
Hmm.
Okay.
Oh, that got the other guy's attention.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
And he wasn't. Well, he's not a fan.
Out of all you
Not a
guys.
fan.
Oh, that guy died a lot quicker than the last recruit.
Yeah, he's not quite as
take
He was
ambitious.
level
Take
4.
all this.
Ah.
The other guy was
Got a
level
ring.
6. Nice.
Got me a new ring, boys.
All right.
Slowly walking up on this guy.
Is it a bread ring?
Bread ring, yeah.
Right.
Nice.
So even
Black
though I'm
daggers
attacking him,
excel
you remember
in selling and making bread.
he was definitely aggro at you at first, John, but he wasn't. He remembered the mess.
Cranial pressure and leaking wound. Wonderful.
Yeah, this guy's having a terrible day.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
He decided he's going to be
So
chewing bread rings out of his bread, but yeah, it's something else coming. All right, let's
There's a ring on
break
there if
off.
anybody wants it. Just cause.
Oh,
Just
and
as a-
really quick for those of you guys that are gonna look through all the text and everything, we are having a little bit of messaging issues with our factions system that we're putting in right now. So it may not always make sense what's getting better and what's getting worse, but hey, it's a faction system. It's coming together.
Cool.
So we made it through the pass authority, and we're a little bit higher level for that area anyway, so that wasn't too much of a challenge. But
Okay.
welcome to Black Dagger Keep.
All right. It looks like it wants to be burnt. I'm just
Oh, yeah.
saying that from a distance here.
It's just the feel I'm getting.
just a kind of feel. I mean, maybe it's all that wood.
They're
Yeah.
pretty good at
Yeah.
keeping on that, though, you know. Got lots of buckets around.
All right. You want to do the mez or pull both of them? Pull one.
I'll mez. We got mercenary. Yeah, mercenary. I'll mez the left one here.
Yeah, okay, that should aggro the other
Hold
guy.
his mind.
Hold his mind. Yep, that's what I thought. He's not. This guy is not happy.
Guy's about to get hegged.
Oh, and he's burning them. Yep.
One away from me.
You're pulling some aggro there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, come on back.
He's like that damn enchanter in the back. He's doing all kinds of stuff to my brain.
Oh, my head hurts so bad. Must be the cheater in the group.
Stun there. Come on back, man. Nope.
Remember, we got another guy back there.
Oh, yeah.
I also
Oh,
like
yeah,
finishing them off
he
with a
just
kick.
broke my nose. Yeah. Time was good timing. So
Watch your resources.
Yeah.
That
I'm
was-
trying to hit this guy with cranial pressure.
Oh, light him up.
Oh, he's doing some damage to you there,
Yeah,
yeah.
thank you for that heal. Oh, and by the way, the team made me nerf the Fiery Avenger before the switch, so it looks cool, but it really isn't that great for the switch. So.
And for the record, it was not easy getting him to do that. It took a lot.
I was doing
of
some
updates.
nasty damage before.
It might have been a little broken, but yeah.
Instead of nerfing the enemies, Brad likes to just make the Fiery Avenger stronger.
Yeah, I have a
To
tendency.
sort
I
of,
have a
sort of
bad
mitigate
habit.
the
of that.
damage.
It's true.
I've seen Brad deal with a lot of things, but until that point when he had to nerf the Fiery Avenger, I'd never seen a tear in his eye. But I did
I
that
think
day.
it was the first time I've cried in a few years, but yeah. I broke down.
Is that what all
Okay,
that
once you
noise
make
was?
the content more powerful, then you can bring it back.
There you go.
There it is.
Oh, look behind us. The guys are. Those guys are shadowing us. They're fighting down there. Yeah.
Just keep an eye on him.
Yeah.
I think we can move on
You
in now.
want to PvP him?
That's tempting.
Looks like
but
they're killing
it's
lumberjacks.
tempting to. We're not doing PvP today, so we'll head deeper into the keep.
Watch out on your left up here. There's.
Oh yeah. There looks like we got.
Medic.
We're gonna have 3 here.
Let's wait. John needs some more mana.
Oh,
Oh,
I'll
you.
be alright. Oh, okay.
We wanted to wait, but we
Okay,
didn't.
I'm gonna mez the one on.
You gonna pull one of the recruits off?
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
separate them and doesn't.
here. Okay, I'll get this guy then. The one without. There we go. I can hit.
The non-leaking, the one who's not leaking.
I didn't disengage quick enough.
Elenak, I'll get that one off.
I need to try to get that other guy off.
I got him.
No, that's
Oh,
alright.
2 fizzles. 3 fizzles.
Let him up.
Nice. That AoE. It didn't hit the mezzed one.
That was a perfect AoE. Yeah.
There's another
Usually
fizzle.
AoEs.
So while you're dealing with this train of mobs, tell us a little bit about the Black Dagger Keep faction. What are these guys doing here? I know we talked
I
about
tried
it
to
in our
get that
newsletter,
out of Joppa before, and he wouldn't talk.
I don't want to spoil too much. This stuff is you're gonna have to find out in the game. I will say that they. We also don't have our lead writer in here, Justin, to shed the true light on everything. But they are not a just malevolent group necessarily. I think it would be safe to say that at least in their leader, there's more of a Robin Hood than there is just a brute, cold-hearted bandit lord. So there's definitely many layers to the existence of this group, and I'm excited for you guys to find all that stuff out in the game. In fact, coming to Black Dagger Keep like we are now will be one of the best ways to find out about them.
That sounds like enough
Very
justification to kill them all and take their stuff. Okay, thanks. Thanks.
Hey, if that's what I accomplished, that's all I was after. So
I would imagine there's bookcases where people can find lore bits and other sorts of things. If not right now, then certainly later on.
there will be, yes, and so many more wonderful ways to find lore, stumble upon lore, both through interactable objects like that, or just objects you can pick up and keep like that, but also the perception system. One of the main tenets of that system is we want you to see something interesting and not need a quest to go there and find out about it. But by the right of seeing it and being interested in it, you go, and in going, you're kind of caught up in the story.
I don't trust these mercenaries not to aggro on us up here. Us. Boots.
It looks like one of them got nuked.
So you guys probably noticed a quick change in the lighting there. We just manually changed the hour of day just so that you can see a little bit better.
Let's let it get dark.
Who did that? Who did that? Oh, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I figured I'd brighten it up a bit. We're gonna...
Let's head out this way. Now there's some guys up here that are kind of tucked around corners and whatnot, so these guys better back off a little bit. So
Yeah,
they're
right? It's getting a little...
Would there be a secret door around here or anything?
Getting a little claustrophobic in here with all these people.
Yeah. There's a pretty good viewpoint up here, but there's a guy right there.
Hmm.
I'm gonna...
Oh, boy.
Yep. Okay.
Try not to fall off. Oh, gee.
Yeah, it looked like that one got blasted.
I think I saw all of his bread fly out when he
Yeah. Every time you smack them, breadcrumbs fly
picked up
out.
off the ground.
I want to mez one of these guys. See how long it sticks.
Okay. Let's keep moving. We're gonna head up these stairs here, so let's just make our way there.
Okay. Solo mercenary, huh?
For those of you just tuning in, what we're seeing here is an early build of Pantheon Rise of the Fallen. It is an early build, but we want to show you what we've got so far. A lot of the stuff is placeholder art, but we want to show you the group mechanics and some of the stuff that we've been working on.
It's nice to have the little arrows by everyone so you can know kind of where their direction is.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's our version of the mini map.
That's about all you'll see.
About it.
It's really
That's the
handy when
mini.
you're a healer and you're sort of lost.
Mm-hmm.
Orient yourself on the person real quick.
Oh, we're climbing up here. I'm getting mesmerized by the view.
Are those two on the platform above going to attack when we walk by?
Let's find out.
If not, they're not doing their job.
That's right.
Oh, there are some guys right here.
We definitely want eventually to have functionality for archers and actual guards that observe from up high and can shoot down. Make little passes like that even more treacherous.
Nice.
So we've got some questions about when PvP is going to come about. Well, I'll let you guys answer that.
Yeah, that's something, you know, we're primarily PvE. We will have PvP servers, but that's something that we'll be getting in and tuning in alpha and beta. It's very important to us. We know there's a lot of PvP fans out there, but it's not time for us to focus on that. We've got to get the PvE dialed in.
Cool. Is the you pulled a couple of them here.
Oh yeah.
The
want me
PvP
to-
and PvE balancing going to be fairly level, like our level 1 players and level 1 mobs like relatively even powered? Level
No,
1, level 10.
The combat calculations and power level differentials and everything like that is different for PvE than it is for PvP.
Oh, were
Yeah,
you
the sort of
saying
thing
is a level
where-
1 mob and a player about the same?
Yeah, or equal level mobs and players, I guess.
I'd say
Mobs will
maybe
get-
they're a little
mobs will get
stronger.
tougher and tougher. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, mobs will become more difficult. I don't know what the exact curve is, but we don't need to go into that level of detail. But it's important that we're able to balance player versus player and player versus environment without them interfering with each other. We don't want to we need to make the warriors better because during beta, as in PvP they're not doing well. But then if we make the warrior better, then suddenly they're broken for player versus environment. So we're gonna be pretty smart about that and keep them separated. Able to tune one without messing up the other.
Oh, we got somebody fall through.
All right. So I know Jop wants to go higher, but we need some a little downtime here. Get the. Ooh, what was the ooh?
Oh, I swung through my character too quickly.
Uh-oh. We have gas. That wasn't me.
Mm.
I don't think.
Mm-hmm. Well, they made a beeline for you. I'm sure it wasn't you.
That's his efficient taunting.
Mm.
Alright. Yeah, it seems like it's pretty easy just kind of split them and kill them. I'm not even sure how much we need to actually miss these guys in particular.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a pretty low-level area for this part of the zone, and this is the lower level part of this outdoor area itself, the Black Dagger Keep.
And we're a pretty stacked group as well.
It's quite possible that the mobs are going to get harder and harder as we move through the stream, huh?
That would make sense.
It could have been part of the plan. I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
This is meant to be, an area that can accommodate lower level players starting maybe around level 6 if they wanted to group up and come here, and then that they can grow from the entrance area up to the very top of the keep, which will eventually be tuned for players of our level. But what Brad alluded to there, we'll show you in a second. Never know what we might find in here.
That corpse still has a leaking wound. I know it's just a bug, but it's still funny.
That poor sap.
I don't know why the leaking would stop after death.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey guys, just an interface
That's
question
real.
from one of our VIPs, Zarek. I was going to type it out to him, but I thought I'd ask you in channel so that anybody watching can see. Can you sort of explain what's happening with the health bars above the NPCs? Because you see the green health bar, but then you see the end of it just kind of turn red. So can you kind of explain what's happening there?
It's just damage. The green is the if you see a green bar, that means it's a full health bar, and as the NPC is taking damage, the red color indicates how much life has been lost. And
Yeah, it's
so as
like
that
more of a tactile feedback on it.
that's right. Yep. As you lose life, that instead of just being an empty bar, it's filled with red to make it a little bit more noticeable.
And slowly sort of chips away. It'll trickle, or almost like a loading bar.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing happens on your mana when you're casting, and
Well, it's key on the mana, right, is that you'll see how much mana you're trying to use, but if you're interrupted, then you may not end up using all that mana.
yes. And with health, I sort of use it as a means to help see the chunks of damage that people are doing as well.
Right.
You can sort of
you
visualize
can
the
kind of
block.
see it.
It's pretty
Yeah,
nice.
it shows you kind of a chunk. Yeah, it's mainly
Yeah,
there
so-
for endurance and mana, I think.
Let's do this, John. If you want to target that mercenary,
Which one?
The one on the left?
Yeah.
Yeah, that mercenary over there.
This is my favorite viewpoint up here.
Actually, target the one on the right. That might be easier to see. I'm gonna cast a nuke, and you'll see.
Yeah.
You'll see this at work. As soon as the nuke lands,
Quickly
you'll
gonna
see the
mez
amount
the
of
one below.
damage. You'll see the amount of damage that I do show up in red color on this mercenary.
And then it trickles down.
And that's just more of a refinement to the way the mechanic works. So it fills with red, and then once the damage has been done over a certain period of time, if there's a break in damage, then that red bar will deplete down to the green and reveal an empty health bar. So that's just a way of kind of tracking the life of NPCs and PCs as it depletes.
Gotcha.
The red stays longer if the mob is taking several concurrent amounts of damage.
All right.
And the red will stay a little bit longer as that damage is calculated. But then as soon as there's a break in damage, it will compensate. So it's helpful because if mobs are taking a lot of damage at once, then it's easier to keep track of how much damage is being done if it's not always updating.
Yeah, that's pretty neat. You could allow for some really neat things with modifiers as people fire off certain chains of attacks and things like that as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that's cool. That's really cool.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering if it's the sort of thing where like the red has to tick all the way down to 0 before you're truly dead, or if it would kind of have something like in Earthbound where if you've got 100 health and you die, it's ticking down. If you actually get a heal before the ticker hits 0, it counts as a heal while you're still alive and it picks you back up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we've talked actually internally about using that as an intentional mechanic with maybe particular class abilities that can capitalize on that window before the red depletes. Not something we have any specific details on yet, but it's...
Talk a little more about how it's important with mana too, though, Chris, because I think that was one of the key things.
Yeah, so we're kind of toying around with the idea of, with mana, one of the things that we want to focus on in combat is more that tactile, strategic ability usage. We're not looking for, twitch-based, super fast-paced, rotation-oriented combat, but we want to make combat as tactile as possible. And one of the ways that we're experimenting with is by mana. When you cast a spell, you'll notice, like John, if you wanted to give them an example, if you cast a buff on yourself, you'll see the way the mana bar depletes. As he's casting, the mana depletes, but not fully. There's like the opaque part depletes, and then there's a transparent blue that's left. Similar to health, where you see how much mana is going to deplete if the spell fires. But if you get interrupted, if you get stunned or silenced,
Fizzle.
you're not gonna, Fizzle's a different mechanic because Fizzle just takes a base percent of the mana. But if you get interrupted during that period of time, then you will actually lose the mana that has depleted up until that point. You won't lose the whole mana, but you could potentially lose the mana that has depleted at that point in the process of the spell casting. So it makes, when dealing with NPCs, you're going to want to pay attention to NPC mana and really work NPC mana that way. But you also need to be careful with your own mana and your own spell casting, because if you get targeted for an interrupt while you're casting a spell, you could end up losing mana on your spell cast. So again, it's something we're experimenting with. We want to see where we can inject depth and have it feel good, feel right.
And just the whole tactical importance and awareness of being in combat and watching what's going on.
Yep.
Situational awareness. So we heading down this causeway here?
Yeah, let's just kind of get a feel for what's up here. It's a nice view from up here, though.
Right here.
Nice.
Yeah, they're flanking us here.
All right,
Let's come inside here and see.
what's going on?
Or they're not flanking us, I guess.
Oh, the other group?
Yeah, the recruit. One of them's coming.
I made a friend.
Oh, I only made 2 friends.
3 friends.
3 friends. All right, let's bring them down. And
No, it's just recruits. You guys want to head back down? I think there are some rims that we missed.
Chris knows where we're going. I think.
I want to just come up here to the top and see.
Yeah, we'll let Chris figure it. The guys that put it together want to show off all the the cool parts. If only we had. Are we doing an 8-hour Twitch, Finn? What is it?
Well, that was the plan, but go ahead. I'm gonna be long asleep before then.
Yeah, if we're going that long, I'm gonna need more beer.
I think that's actually a good test, though. I think we should, at some point, just start streaming the game, see how many people we can get into the channel, and then see
This
who's the
guy's
last man standing.
Very skilled.
Still watching it like 78 hours later.
Oh god.
And then that person will get a title in the final game.
Nah, because someone will just have a bot asking random questions.
Oh, yeah. And we might get fooled by that. Alright. We're getting a little deeper into the keep here, huh, Chris?
Mm-hmm. They're using some more stone up here.
Yeah, I noticed that. A little more permanent.
Pantheon Brewing Company. What's that all
Careful,
about?
don't. Hold on. We got 2 guys right around the corner there.
Funny stuff flying by in your chat there, I'm just gonna say.
Need bed up here. Pop off the mana.
So, I showed folks on my end the map a little bit. There was a question in chat, are there plans to flesh that out a little bit more, or is it going to be like the original EQ where there really isn't much of a map? You said earlier that the mini-map is basically replaced by the arrows indicating where your buddies are at, but how about like a larger scale thing?
No, I mean, yeah, what we're experimenting with just there is it pretty much it's going to show you where roughly on the continent you are, and that's about it. If you want more detailed maps, we're sure that the fans' sites will make maps and everything, and it's really up to the player to decide if they want to go to those other sites and use those maps, or just learn the world on their own, or some combination, whatever they're comfortable with. But we're not going to provide dungeon maps or in an easy way. You're going to need to explore, or you're going to need to go to somebody else.
Hey, Brad, let's come back this way.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty.
Will NPCs give like really detailed instructions, like go along this path? Once you've passed by the 23rd blaze tree, hang a left, and you'll find an animal trail. Follow that. Something along those lines.
That could be part of if you were on a specific quest, or that could be part of the perception system. That could be part of what the NPC tells you when you hail them. Yeah, there's any number of ways for us to communicate that.
Can read it in a scroll, perhaps.
Yeah.
Cool.
But there's not going to be there's no golden path. There's no leash or tether.
Right. It's just going to be kind of figuring out based on the details, which I like. That really does go kind of back to some of the older games. I actually remember in one of the Ultimate games for NES, you had to really read around in the details or look it up in a guide to find that one city that only comes around at one specific time of day or one specific moon cycle or something.
Yep.
Huh.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, people are going to make maps and guides and things anyway, and so it's really up to the individual player. If you want to utilize that, go for it. If you want it to be figured out more yourself, that's fine. But we're just, we're not going to facilitate that. We're making an open world exploration game, and it's really up to the player.
Gotcha. And then along the same vein, if somebody was going to, have maps and stuff and utilize those for gameplay, is it the sort of thing that we should expect to see, like user modding as an option, or will the UI not be moddable and it's pretty much, have it open in the second monitor?
Yeah.
Oh, hey.
Also, the recruits. But here, let's start.
Yeah.
Mezzing.
Oh, whoops. Oh. That was the one that you mezzed. Well, here, I'll keep this one. You can get another one.
So to answer your question about the hold on, let's get this back going.
No problem.
Oh, we got a respawn on us here.
Oh, yeah,
mercenary?
that's what's happening.
Here, let me mezz him.
Mez this mercenary on me.
Oh, I am out of mana. So, looks
Yo,
like,
sit down, bro.
looks like we gotta just talk him down.
Yeah.
Oh, is that the other group starting to show up here?
We did not give them specific instructions. We said just kind of shadow along and play the game and show that it's an open world, and so we'll see what they do.
They could be getting restless. They could start training.
Hell, no.
You got this one.
I think we're okay. I was a little nervous for a sec. Alright, so I think we got it under control. So ask your question again. Let me try to address that for you. I don't want to...
Nothing on this guy.
What were we saying before?
Or we were so rudely
with,
interrupted by all these recruits.
Yeah.
Custom UI.
Before the game interrupted us, what were you...
Yeah, custom UI elements like adding their own map or changing the look and feel of things.
To a degree, yeah. I mean, you'll be able to certainly customize what you want to see, put in your different skins, things like that. What you're not going to see, though, is a full-on scriptable UI where you can set up macros and chains of commands and things like that. We really want you to be playing the game, and we don't want bots and stuff. We don't really want to support that. So
We got a fight on us.
customizability, yes. Scripted bots, and that level, no.
You taking the mercenary? I'm gonna.
I would jump on a mercenary and mez the other one, yeah.
Oh, I started mezzing the mercenary. Okay, there we go. He's good. He's docile.
Did that answer your question about the UI?
Yeah, no, that definitely covers it. Thanks for covering, because that's definitely something I had wondered about. I know we've seen the full spectrum games that absolutely allow like zero modification, some that it's just whatever elements you want to include or remove and reposition, and then full on like allowing modding to the point where you have to actually go through and ban some because the scripts that you allowed like basically break the game.
Yeah.
Which was the case in early WoW. I saw a lot of that going on.
Yeah,
Ooh,
we
there's a
want
great
to
sword on there for somebody.
Definitely want to avoid that.
We gonna roll for it?
Oh, there's the other group over there. All right.
I rolled a 10.
Probably an upgrade to the Fire Avenger.
Yeah, well, it's an upgrade for the Rusted Long Beard Axe at least. An extra 4 damage for me.
All right.
There you go.
We're getting better. That's good because I
He's
think
using
it's
that
tough.
with the shield.
Yeah, why not?
You know,
You have a problem? I see no problem.
Oh, you dashed me.
I mean, you use a lance with one hand, that thing's gigantic. So,
You're a pretty strong dude. We got a strong guy with us here.
Yeah, well.
And I even got to sit down and rest after that. That was good stuff.
Underneath this chainmail
When the
is
tank
bulging,
has
rippling
to
muscles.
rest. Wow.
I got spells. They're doing a lot of damage, and then in downtime, like I'm just kind of smacking stuff in the back of the head, and it's not really. It doesn't really do all that little damage either. But like this spells, they're doing really big damage, like really big damage.
Big damage comes with big mana hit.
I think this mine that we're about to run into here in front of us, I think you'll see once we start fighting stuff that's a little bit closer to our level, how powerful you are is how powerful you should be.
Gotcha.
But it does when we're fighting a little bit lower level stuff. There's a lot more splashiness.
My buffs are down on Orwin.
Are we ready? We're going to start going into the mine, or are we going to try to hit the... Is there a boss mob in the keep, or...
There
I'm
is
going to show them all the keep.
You know,
Well, someone be
Elnak
surprised.
never got buffs to begin with. I never had anything on my buff bar.
Yo. Alright, coming at you here.
Everybody likes their buffs.
Oh yeah, that'd probably help out a lot.
Chris, I have Exort. It has 17 minutes left, and I'm missing that other one you put on me.
Okay. I'll just do a full rebuff here. So
actually,
yeah, go ahead.
go ahead. I was gonna say, someone asked if the Black Daggers will have a boss, and you guys actually already detailed about the boss.
Well, I was just gonna say, part of the boss of this place is a really important part of the story, and so that's definitely something we want to wait for players to experience for themselves.
All right.
And there is named mobs placed sort of in special locations around.
Not always up though.
Not always, but there's the chance.
Mhm.
Is it something where they're pretty much up until somebody kills them, or will they kind of come and go after periods of time or something like that?
It depends. Some of them will be transient, especially if you're talking about creatures or animals that are named. And some humanoid names may be transient because they may be in a location for a certain day or a certain event, or on patrol within a certain area. And then you'll have, more permanent or static names.
Very cool. So there's a lot of sort of variation in name stuff. I'm guessing every name sort of thing is going to have some special loot or special characteristic in the world, not just be a little tougher and that's it.
Well, that's tapping into our disposition system, which is our commitment to that very thing. We want mobs to have diversity, especially named mobs, beyond what is normal. So typically you might, expect a name mob would have a few more interesting spells in their arsenal, and they'll have... We can go ahead and pull that group, Brad, if you want.
I'll mez the guy on the right.
Ooh, yeah.
I guess I'll take the miner.
There's that miner.
My mez didn't take hold. Alright. Oh, wait. Wrong mez. Wrong guy to mez. Let's...
Oh, you just got a friend, John.
Oh. Wow. Okay, this guy is getting mezzed then. There we go. Oh, no. My charisma is really not doing me any favors, and we got a fizzle.
Oh, it's clear time.
Oh, boy.
Actually,
Oh,
real.
boy. Really trying to get this guy to chill here.
Oh, John.
I just got 2 fizzles in a row.
I've got aggro now.
Now is not my time. Oh.
For as little damage as this naked miner is taking from my sword, I would imagine he should be dodge rolling everywhere.
There we go.
Like, this is ridiculous.
He's all oiled up, man.
Guess so.
It's just gleaming off of him.
That bread.
Eat bread, make you strong against sword.
Iron bread.
Oh, lovely.
Are we gonna stop dropping some of these guys?
Well, miner's almost down.
Are we focusing?
Well, I'm almost down too.
We're not focusing, are we? We're all on different mobs.
No, I had the miner pulled off, so we had one less thing to have to
Okay.
deal with.
Okay.
Yeah, these guys are
I've got one of the
trying
mercenaries
to
now.
mez them, and they're just like, nah.
Airden's down.
It's down. Thanks for the res back.
Mmm.
Come on, man.
Stun him. Stun him again when I can, but I'm
Heal up
not.
here.
No.
Let's go here. Oh, right. Thanks for the heal.
I'm trying to pull some hate from you. Oh, nice. Saved with the stun and a heal. Like, oh no, I wonder if I'll make it through this without dying.
Got this guy on me pretty solid. He doesn't like me.
So we just learned about not paying attention and blabbing and playing way too many mobs.
Yep. And then your enchanter
You get
can't lay the
distracted.
mez and
Yep. Yeah, and then a few fizzles.
uses all of
and,
his mana.
Everything
Oh.
seemed fine, and then suddenly it wasn't so fine.
Yep. Okay. We could probably
When all
do with
those
some
factors
torches
come
now.
together, we're gonna wait until we get in.
Yeah, this guy going on with the double torches. Yeah, it's getting
Let's
pretty
move on
dark.
into the mine.
Yeah, let's go. Let's get in there.
I'm still resting up. I guess we should probably just go.
Get on in
So
here.
for those of you just joining us, we're 1 hour into the early build, the pre-alpha gameplay of Pantheon: Rise of the Fallen by Visionary Realms. What you've just seen there is Black Dagger Keep, and now the group is moving in to Halnir Caves.
I think that miner saw us. He's bringing his friends.
How do we aggro all of those?
Just like that. Alright,
Oh,
I'm gonna get the mercenary on
okay.
the left.
Brad.
No. Oh boy.
Alright, I've got a couple of them broken off. I'll
I got
try to
two
keep
mezzed.
myself somewhere you can heal me.
So you're being called out. People are saying you don't know how to assist.
So we definitely didn't need to pull that many mobs.
Well, I
Did
think
you
it
get
was
it?
the one that ran around and grabbed 4 or 5.
Oh, nice ice blast there. That other group trying to steal our thunder or what?
I'm not sure.
I think we can't handle this ourselves.
I got a mob on me, guys.
Okay.
One of the mezzes
Headache
broke.
you.
It's a mess, ain't a mess.
Ooh.
Oh, you can't mess
I,
with that on.
I messed that one up.
It's alright.
I'm getting melted here. Alright, thanks for the heals.
So best thing to do
Alright.
would probably be to focus a single target. And so once you get aggro from something, to pull it back and let it beat on you while you're refocusing the same target.
Alright.
So if someone wants to peel this off, there you go.
I think Elenak, no, there we go. So Elenak attacking.
All right, this one's almost
It's
down.
time to loot. I think my friend's got it here.
We doing one more guy? Alright.
Copper mace, huh?
Yeah.
We're still fighting and you're checking out the loot, huh?
Hey, hey.
I just saw
I
it
did
in the chat
plenty
there.
of work. Oh, I can't use it. I was hoping I could. Oh well.
Chandras can't use maces.
Alright.
Alright, let's move down. Let's try to get in here before we get any respawns.
Yeah.
We'll set up once we're in the cave.
Alright.
All right. Does this torch have a lifespan to it?
It does not. Not currently, no.
All right. Cool.
Alright.
Zoning in.
instant-
There it is, guys. The loading, please await. I know you've all been waiting for it to see that.
So anyone that
that's
was
lots.
worried about zoning and the game not being open world, I guess that could be your expected loading time.
Welcome to Halnir Cave, everyone.
Now, to be clear, you guys aren't running supercomputers, right? That wasn't like an insane computer for that loading time.
No.
I mean, it's a pretty decent machine, but it went pretty quick.
I got I got average gaming PC.
I've got above min specs for VR.
Yeah,
Alright, let's talk
I
about
can
this
run
place for a little bit.
VR as well.
All right.
This dungeon, one of the things I like about this place is there's actually two entrance points. And so you've got the main entrance, if you will, over much further into Avendir's Pass than we started, closer to the bridge towards the city of Thronefast. And then you have this entrance, which is the entrance nestled inside of Black Dagger Keep. And so there's actually two entrance points to this zone, and lots of other little secrets to this place that we won't be revealing tonight.
All right. How built up is this zone? Is it pretty close? Architecture's done, but there's a lot of stuff to add still, or what's
Well, for this level,
status?
there's going to be multiple levels to this dungeon, and this first level, this kind of top tier, is pretty much finished. We'll be tweaking the NPC population and some different aspects of it, like the perception system coming in and making sure all the quest content is in place. But for the most part, it's pretty much laid out.
Cool.
We could spend several more hours in there.
Oh yeah.
Still not see it all.
Nice. I like that big sprawling instances, and it sounds like this one in particular, and probably a lot of the other ones, aren't just a one-way ride sort of thing like a lot of the ones in WoW. And to be honest, when I played Vanguard, I don't actually remember raiding too much, so I also don't really remember things being very instanced.
Oh yeah, so this isn't an instance. That other group can enter right behind us and still be in here with us as well.
Yeah, this is an open world
So
dungeon.
it's just like
Oh,
the above
nice.
world, it just happens to be underground.
That's right.
Oh, cool. So that loading screen is just dividing the above from below, but otherwise it's still pretty much everybody in the same shared space.
Yep.
I like
Yeah,
that.
you could come in here and there'd be people sitting looking for groups.
Alan right here behind you is in the other group,
Yeah.
so he's
So
not
it's
in our group.
Yeah, it's not a separate instance. It's we're all sharing the space. And you're dead on with it's not just a straight run through. There's another entrance and there's multiple paths and rooms and all sorts of different ways around. It's much more like the old style layout of the dungeon, the tabletop dungeon almost, where it's a real living space, not just a string leading you along some S curves and through some rooms.
Cool.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
fact that
Hero
it's not
Quest
a
comes to
dungeon
mind.
run the way we can approach level design without having a dungeon run in mind is much more non-linear, and dungeons will be designed to be, lived in, essentially. Lots of adventure, content, lots of depth. So it's gonna be really interesting and refreshing, I think, for players to experience dungeons at Pantheon.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't know that we all
that.
need our torches out, by the way. I'm gonna put mine away. You lose a lot of the ambience if we all have too many.
Yeah, but aren't we dual wielding torches?
Well,
Yeah, man.
the torch classes. I play the torch class.
So we had a question about how death works. If I'm not mistaken, you go to a kind of a nearest graveyard sort of thing when you die.
So we have not set the death penalty in stone yet. What we have said is that it's going to be somewhere in severity, somewhere in between what you saw in Vanguard at one extreme, and then Vanilla EverQuest at the other extreme. It may even vary based on the shard that you're playing on. So it's something that we're going to mess with in beta, dial in, see what our player base, what our audience is looking for, get that severity down. This is a challenging, hardcore game, and if you make death not a big deal, then people don't respect the environment. They just run through and don't care. So we don't want that extreme. But at the same time, if it's too severe, then people don't want to explore and are timid and hold back, and we don't want that either. So we'll dial it in alpha and beta.
So guys, one of the things that I personally love, and we haven't talked about it yet in the stream, but I personally love about this is if you take a look at what's going on here, everybody has a torch, and each of those torches is a dynamic light source. Like as the person walks away, you can see the light moving with them, and each torch casts its own individual shadow. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, that's a lot to deal with.
Yeah, the Unity engine and our ability to use it and getting more art assets in, it just gets better and better. And we're very happy with the technology that we've chosen, and how as we grow and have more resources to put into the environments and everything, that the game slowly but surely is looking better and better. All right, so we've got something interesting coming up ahead, I think.
Cool. This pillar looks ancient. Well, all right then.
What's going on, John? What's going on?
Sorry, I was trying to punk Kilson a little bit here.
After this fight, we got a challenge in the chat channel. They're not convinced that the torches are doing much. So I say take off the torches when you're ready, and let's see how dark it really is.
Yeah, as we get to the tunnel with 5 torches in it.
Yeah.
Well, it's still safe to run back. You can show us, John.
No, I'm just.
All right, let's run by this pillar.
Here.
Let's run by this pillar, John. And tell us what's going on.
Oh yeah, there we go.
So if you guys noticed, when we came up to this pillar, we got a little bit of an audio cue and a message at the top of the screen that said, "This pillar looks ancient." This is a very, very basic example of the perception system at work, and what we mean when we say, when you travel to a location, we want your being in a location in and of itself to catch you up in the story. And so this is, again, a very basic example, but it is an example of how just being in the vicinity of something interesting, like a pillar that's fallen into the ground and broken, we're getting flavor, we're getting story, we're getting insight. And that may just be as simple as what we got. This pillar looks ancient, and as of right now, that's all we really know that it is.
All right. Yep, that's just the beginning of it. We've got more to show, but let's head deeper in. Where to, Joppa?
Hang a left up here. Looks.
I'm kind of want to. I'm
looks
seeing
enticing.
something up here, up against the wall that looks a little different from what we've seen so far, and I'm wondering what these guys are.
All right, let's head down here then. Ah, Wraith.
Yep.
Should we see what this guy's made out of?
Challenging fight. Ready to attack.
I'm pretty sure it all still burns.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Really.
Still bleeds.
I think we decided that he bleeds ectoplasm or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he can still have a headache too.
Yes.
And ghost juice.
An ethereal headache.
Yeah, that's gotta be way worse.
Yeah. I can only assume.
Oh, I've got a pain in the undead. Is what they say.
His corpse has nothing on it, huh? Imagine that.
Right.
I don't know. Alright. Chris, where are we going?
Let's run up in here and see what this room looks.
Oh yeah, I like this room. Let me grab this guy. Light him up.
Yes. Single ones do just kind of melt.
Yeah. It's gonna get a little tougher, I think, but we'll see.
Those crystals look really nice.
Yeah.
Those will be harvestable eventually, but also probably will have. I don't know if you guys heard anything about our atmosphere system, but essentially just a unique system of atmospheric effect that can be over a large area, like this whole cave system can have an atmosphere, or it can be as small as like those crystals will likely have some kind of atmosphere around them that certain crafters will maybe able to develop an immunity to, or have an immunity to, where they can actually harvest those crystals.
So we've got a question from one of our VIPs, Cobes. He's asking about the layout of mobs. Are they static spawns, or are they going to be sort of varied? So are you going to know where every mob spawns every time, or is there going to be some sort of variation?
We want it to be a mixture. I mean, learnability is really important, just about in every aspect of these games, and so we want you to come into a dungeon and know it to a good degree, but at the same time, we, just like our disposition system, I started talking about it earlier, and we got into a little trouble, but the disposition system is a way we're wanting even static NPCs to spawn sometimes with a unique disposition or a unique personality, and so they do things that you wouldn't expect. And these are behavioral quirks, not just has more strength or more hit points. This mob, this disposition is afraid of fire, so you run up with a torch and it starts cowering, or it runs, or maybe it uses a unique set of abilities because it's afraid. That's what we mean by dispositions, is actual behavioral quirks in the mobs. But on top of that, we want to also have dynamic population to a certain degree, where, like we were saying earlier, with Black Dagger Keep, it may be that certain times during the year, certain subset of population shows up because of a certain event, or maybe a holiday, or in a dungeon like this, maybe there's been a cave-in, and it's opened up a new wing that's let loose a new brand of creature into this area. So all that stuff is fair game.
Yeah, I've always wondered when we start to see stuff like that, and I could imagine it can be adapted in a lot of different sort of ways, like healer hater, for example, that all heals generate 10x or 20x aggro. So, as much as you might want to think that you're going to main tank it or whatever, no, it's just going to be mashing on your healer, and you just got to kill it as quick as you can. You definitely see that sort of stuff having a preference towards certain things, and kind of focusing in on that. Because that's a lot of, being able to break the Trinity and make people have to play in a different way in almost an emergency situation. It really shows how prepared you are as a group, or how horribly you're about to wipe.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but even with the dispositions, it gives you a chance to start learning, what a certain disposition is going to bring with that as well. So it'll vary it, but it'll also have a certain knowability on top of that as well after a certain amount of exposure.
You gonna mez the back one?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Oh, nope, didn't hold. Yeah, it's definitely much easier to lock the mezzes down on the lower level guys out front as we started getting into the entrance of this cave and inside here. It's harder to lock the mezzes down.
Yeah.
Someone said you break it, you own it. I like that. That's the rule.
Something that I kind of like that you guys are doing is you're going for the whole big group thing, group size, have to be good content, challenging content, and a lot of MMOs lately have just been like, oh well, you can kind of do it whatever. Or a lot of them just, here's a solo quest, you go out and do it. You can't do it with a group. And
Right.
stuff is just easy, face roller, or better yet, you sit in a town and hit a button and you queue up in a dungeon finder all day long, and you don't really do any kind of exploration whatsoever.
Yeah. Yeah, and with the quests, there's no incentive to do them with a group. It's like usually in modern games, it's more efficient to do a lot of it by yourself, but change that dynamic. Everybody needs each other in certain ways.
It seems like you also have the other end of the spectrum with this, that if you're coming in with a lot of people that are normally too weak for the situation, you can still kind of overcome it, like bringing way more level 5s than you normally would for level 8 or level 10 content, that you'd be able to kind of force the issue and still make your way through just with overwhelming forces. Is that a kind of true, or is it the sort of thing where like a 5-level difference like that you would just get melted as a group?
Can you ask the question again? I was just
Basically, if you being able to bring in a lot more people who are weaker rather than a normal sized group of even level people, and actually being able to complete the content like that instead of just artificially not being able to defeat them or whatever because they're a higher level.
I see what you're saying.
Right.
Yeah, the curve will be such that, I don't know if 5 levels probably to me doesn't speak of a huge discrepancy, but if you're getting to like 8, 9, 10 levels below and you just zerg it, there's going to be enough of a curve in abilities and sophistication of abilities that NPCs use that it's going to be extremely difficult for that to happen. There's also other layered systems that I'm not going to go into detail just yet on, but that will make your level and what you have available to you at your level, ability-wise, equipment-wise, and other things really, really key.
Gotcha.
One of the things I want to point out here real quick, which I love, is this. If you look down right here, you can actually see down into the
Lower portions.
playable area below us, so you'll be able to see groups down there fighting and mobs, mob movement and activity down there as well.
You'll know when the train's coming from below.
Yep.
Yep. Okay. So are we trying to go right here or straight?
I want to go through this door.
Does anybody have a key?
Some shifty sounds here. Door
Alright,
is
well,
locked. We don't have
We do
the
not
key.
have the key. So, what happened there? I think we missed something. What do you guys think? Maybe we should have paid a little more attention to that perception trigger.
Yeah, let's go back and check it out.
I think we should have paid more attention.
Yeah. Let's take a little stroll back here.
Yeah, let's kick that pillar until a key comes out.
Yeah. Or Brad. Tell us what's happening, John.
I'm finding something shiny in the rubble. Thinking I might need to click around a little bit.
Okay. So there's a key.
And it looks like I found a key.
Aha.
There we are, guys. Items inside the world.
Oh, and we have some... Oh, no, is that the other group? Say, fighting some ads.
Oh, nice.
Alright.
Okay, so what was the progression of messages? We got this pillar looks ancient when we first came in, and then as you kind of explored around the pillar a little bit, you saw a pile of rubble. I'm going to hold my torch up here.
Very
a
reliable,
little
very
rock.
useful torch.
Yeah. So you'll be able to see things. Well, another idea that we're probably going to implement is when you hover over a perception item like this, an interactable item, the cursor may change to a magnifying glass or a hand, something to kind of guide you along in this. But there's a rock here in between the pillar, and when I got close to the rock, I got a message that says, it looks like there's something shiny in the rubble, and then when I click on the rock, a key falls on the ground. There it is.
Mm-hmm.
Nifty.
So again, this is a very basic example, but we just want to make sure you guys see that the perception system is alive and well and being implemented, and just cannot wait for you guys to experience.
And we didn't need a quest. It wasn't like, okay, go kill 5 of these guys and get a key from them to open the door. You know, it was much, to me, it was much more natural. The environment is telling the story.
It's more like a DM and using a sort of a role to find things and using your player's intuition.
And we're going to be doing a lot of testing too, because we want messaging to be terse and cryptic. We don't always want to point you in the exact direction, but at the same time, we want to make sure that it is clear enough where you can make your way through story content without having to backtrack 4, 5, 6 times. And so I'm excited to start getting some feedback on that from
Now, to be clear, guys, there will still be your more traditional quests. We're gonna use those for the bigger quests, the epic quests, things that are really telling a story where you do need to do so many things in order to complete it. So it's a combination of the perception as well as a traditional. John, if you just want to hit J really quick, you could bring up the regular quest journal.
Mm-hmm.
J again, turn it off. But so it's there, but it's a combination. We really want the environment to matter, and it's not about quest hub to quest hub and just always knowing exactly I got to do these 5 things. So, and we've got the door open with the key. All right. So I think we're going to try to just wrap our way around here because this looks like a pretty nasty room. Why don't you guys stay back? Let me see if I can pull the first guy back into this room. I don't think I want to fight in that big room yet.
I'm ready to base if we need it.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, I figured there was somebody there. Alright, let's fight him in here where it's a little safer.
So while these guys are trying to figure out a way, I'm just going to answer one question real quick. We had one question about female models and characters. Right now, what you're seeing in the game, it's all placeholder art. We're going to have really well-designed both male and female characters for every race. So that is coming. We're just in early development right now, pre-alpha. So.
Well, to even go to more detail, Ben, we're really trying to develop this game and focus on doing things in the right order. And certainly character models, animations are extremely important. But getting the gameplay in, getting the environments looking good, focusing on content creation, combat balance, pacing, all those things. That's what's going on now. So we'll get that more variety in there, and we'll focus on the other stuff later. But we have, if we had focused elsewhere first, we wouldn't have the gameplay we have now. That was actually showable and playable that we can tune and start learning about and
Oh
experience.
no, you brought
Right.
2 more. You got Jordan the Enduring.
We'd have a
boss on
bunch
him.
of pretty models, but no gameplay.
Get in here. Get in here.
I'm gonna mez.
I was kind of worried when I saw that patrol came a little close. I was like, wait a minute, is that gonna get grabbed? And sure enough, it did.
Oh,
This is a boss, guys, so be mindful here. We don't know what he
Take
does
out the
yet.
2 wraiths first.
Okay, he's nuking. Boss is nuking.
I'm trying to stay away.
I'm gonna get this one wraith on me. Yeah, I'm gonna need to heal.
I am out of mana.
Oh, well, that's no good.
Oh boy.
I just died.
Oh man! Oh,
I'm trying to mez one of these raids. But I got Jorah the Enduring on me, so and I'm out of mana.
I wasn't quite ready for that pull.
I'm stabbing him.
Oh,
with my
Johnny's
dagger.
casting on you. He's casting on you.
Get away from me.
Ah,
I'm shanking him.
I'm gone.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Good stuff.
Did someone just die? What is this, 1999?
I think that was a wipe.
That was a wipe.
That was.
Ben, how
Yeah,
are
where
we
was that
doing
other
now?
group when we need them, huh?
I'm gonna run on ahead just for the sake of the stream and bring us back to where we were.
Oh, wait, we got Black Dagger Miners on us, man.
Oh, you guys are fighting in combat?
Yeah.
For those of you just tuning in, this is a early pre-alpha build of Pantheon Rise of the Fallen, an upcoming MMO that's focusing on social group gameplay and challenging content. Our group just wiped, our level 10 group sadly just wiped, but they're going to be recovering, hopefully. For more information, be sure to check out pantheonmmo.com.
Are you guys alright back there?
I think
Really?
I think we're holding up all right.
You guys need a cleric, don't you?
Maybe.
Of course I fizzle.
So, what determines the rate of fizzles? Because it seems like it happens quite frequently.
It does. It is, and like many things, we're still dialing some of that in. I too feel like it's a little bit too frequent right now, but
Oh,
it
I
will
just-
be ultimately tied to your spell, like your spell school skill. So if my alteration skill is low, I'm gonna fizzle more. If it's high, my spells will be.
Yeah, after we kill this guy, John, if you want to bring up your inventory and show your skills, the different tabs.
Yeah, I pulled it up a little bit earlier, kind
Oh,
of
you did? Okay.
kind of hush hush, but
All right, I'm gonna pull.
Tell people what you see.
I'm actually having
Rusted,
yeah, a little bit of a
rusted chain mask, huh?
I'm gonna use a GM command here and summon you guys to me.
All right.
Oh.
Here we go.
oh.
We're back.
Oh, we got a good question on there. About weapon types and their effectiveness.
Ah. That is a good question. I had noticed when I was smashing around a little bit before the show, there's skeletons that I was hitting with my axe and said, oh, yeah, our axe isn't very effective.
Hmm.
Which, I don't know, it doesn't make sense to me. It seems like an axe should just brutalize skeletons. Big smashy thing.
Actually, a bashing weapon like a club or a mace is more effective. So that's what you saw there is the beginnings of our body type system, where we can designate different mobs that would have different body types: ethereal, bone, flesh, and our situational gear that we talked about. So, having a certain weapon that's really good isn't necessarily the best weapon for that environment or that encounter or that specific mob. You're going to want to understand, the body type of the mob. Maybe there's a bane value, different things like that, and that's going to be really important.
Cool.
All right, so
I like that.
yeah.
I mean, that's half of a system that I wrote a little while back. Basically, the idea of the way you fight something and kill it, determining the kind of loot that you would get off of it. So, for something like that, I would imagine, if you're using the right weapon versus the wrong weapon, you'd get different results.
That's right.
One more.
Very cool. Do we want to? Yeah, we should probably pull this one back so we don't get any ads during the battle.
I
Agreed.
think we're okay, and if we stick to this corner, we're good.
Okay. All right. Just want to make sure we don't pull them before we're ready again.
Brad's been in this room before, apparently.
How did we pull them all last time?
This
far in the-
Wraith Patrol right here got past that little fire pillar thing, and when we pulled the one in the corner, he came with. And when he came with, the boss came with.
Yeah.
And then we were
Just a big old
screwed.
party.
Yeah. We actually did pretty well against them, but
Are we gonna kill this boss here?
Yeah, I thought we were just resting up for a sec.
We're going to go a little bit deeper in here first, I think.
All right.
Okay.
Cool.
All right. We got mobs.
Ben, how are we doing on time? We doing good? We should go deeper in?
Yeah, we've got about 30 minutes left.
Oh, great.
So, aside from absolutely getting obliterated for going to the wrong place, is there anything really keeping a level 1 character from getting into the highest level stuff? Or if you're a very cunning explorer, would you be able to kind of follow along a tougher group and just scout along, follow behind open doors and that sort of stuff to see the world?
There's nothing that's artificially going to stop you, but I guarantee you the environment's going to kill you. That You're not
Yeah.
you're not going to get very
in
far.
a number of ways.
And grouping up with higher level people, if there's too much of a level differential, that's not going to work, and mobs are going to target you, and it's just, you're going to go down hard. I'm not saying that you can't get some exploration in and be sneaky and check some things out, but you're not following. You're just not going to make it following in a higher level group. There's definitely no invisibility with impunity where you can just map out or tour a high level dungeon. That's just not going to happen.
What Brad means by the environment itself is we've talked a little bit, even last couple of weeks on MMORPG.com, about our extreme climates system and our atmosphere system. And so often the environment itself will be extremely cold, or like a frigid climate, or it might be a scorching climate or a toxic climate, or even climates like wind shear or pressure, anaerobic, things like that, where you'll find environments in the game that, unless you have proper acclimation to an environment like that, you won't be able to make it very far.
Cool.
I said often at the beginning of that sentence that that's not necessarily the case, that those things are often, and there will be varying degrees. If you're inside like the heart of a volcano versus,
And you're going to know too, if you're, it is open world. So if you're low level and you start getting in an area that's too tough for you, there's not going to be an invisible wall or anything hokey stopping you, but you're going to start figuring things out by like Chris was talking about, the environment, the climates, the difficulty of the mobs. Unless you just go crazy and run right in and die, there'll be clues. You'll realize, hey, you know what? I don't think I'm ready for this area yet, or I want to come back in the future when I'm better equipped, or if I have a more fuller group, that sort of thing.
Gotcha.
There'll be some areas that are what we call hard keyed, that like you saw earlier, we had to have that key to get through that door, but it's still very much open world, and you're rewarded and encouraged to explore.
Yep.
But that doesn't mean you're not going to die either. There's risk and reward, and you got to respect the environment too. You're not just going to be able to tour Terminus and not pay attention to the environment and the inhabitants and where you're at, and who you are, and who you're with.
This sort of ties into exactly what you're saying, Brad. We've got one question, but will higher level mobs be in lower level zones? I'm just remembering a conversation that we had the other day, Chris, when you and then the rest of the team were thinking out the idea of the dungeon and kind of the level spread. Can you tell us what you were saying that day? Do you remember what I'm talking about?
Yeah, well, we talked a little bit about it earlier, but this dungeon is a multi-level dungeon, and so this area we're in right now, this is around level 10. From like 8 to 12 maybe would be a good core spread for this first level of the dungeon. But the second level below this that we're slowly working our way into is a huge jump. I mean, you're talking probably mid-30s. And so you've got the one dynamic where higher level players will be, adventuring through lower level areas to get to some of these places and meeting and helping, lower level players along the way as they go. But then there's also the Lockjaw and Oasis, or the kind of that really almost out of place, super high level guy that just kind of strolls through a lower level area from time to time. And that stuff is great too. I mean, I've got some ideas for this dungeon in particular I'm not going to share yet, but there's going to be potentially something that makes its way slowly, ominously through here every so often, that you want to really be paying attention to your surroundings and the clues and the sounds that you hear. Maybe it might be a deep rumble that you hear, or some kind of just unsettling noise that tips you off that something's about to start making its way through, and it's very much unlike everything around you. So absolutely, we want to surprise players, but all learnable. I mean, these things are learnable, and they become stories that you tell and kind of iconic experiences.
Mm-hmm.
Joppa, which way should we go? Or here I'm getting lost.
We're getting short on time, so we may want to just kind of push through here, this room.
Yeah, there's another. Let's get to that. I think there's a room where there's some sort of boss up here.
Yeah.
No, we get some wraiths on the right. Oh.
Oh, I see. We got our name. There he is.
Oh, okay.
I'll mez the wraith.
Yeah, let's mez the wraith and concentrate on the boss.
I'll fizzle while trying to mez the wraith.
Wow. In rehearsal, Joppa wasn't fizzling so much. I think he might have set you. I think he might have set you up, John.
Yeah, right.
Stage fright.
So when people are wondering what we're doing, how we're developing this game, why we're doing what in what order, as we're building the game, we're adding more content, more zones, but we've got a very flexible combat system in here, and so one thing you could say here that we've started to do this level 10 plus testing, the fizzle rate might need to be adjusted. So we'd rather learn our game ourselves and tweak it and test it along the way as we're developing and adding more features. It's kind of an ongoing thing, as opposed to jam all the features in and then try to balance something as complex as an MMO. We're doing that along the way, optimizing, tweaking, balancing, and every time we play and every time we add new features, new content, new abilities, we learn and we adjust accordingly.
Cool. Well, how regularly do you guys do internal play sessions? Is it like a weekly sort of thing?
Yep, there's a schedule, and it's part of the. It's actually part of our project plan. We keep time in there to test, from a coding standpoint, to optimize along the way. We don't want to make a mistake that I've made before and not optimize until later and find out that you've got some performance issues. So it's an ongoing process, just keeping ourselves in check, making sure we're developing a fun game all along the way.
Looks like our population is changing here a little bit.
Yeah, these are the. I think these are the clerics, if I recall correctly.
Well, they're called Risen Clerics, so I think.
I think they might be
what was my first clue, right?
These guys are.
They'll heal.
They might.
Just might.
I got that stun ready, just in case.
John, was there anything good on that boss mod?
There was actually nothing on him.
Oh no.
Alright.
No healing for you, stun.
Hey, so lucky for us, even though there's nothing on it, lucky for us, in the channel with us is one of our, our senior game designer who actually populates the loot on mobs. So Corey, tell us a little bit about putting loot on mobs, how that works in the game, the design process there.
There's not really a whole lot of voodoo behind it. We just sort of have worked out internally what our projected spread is going to be for our stats and formulas, and from that we just kind of derive what we feel is like a good balance, kind of a good starting place to kind of get in and test things out and see what feels right. Just as kind of an aside, we've gone and done some pretty heavy lifting. We're already projecting well beyond whatever our early level cap projection is going to be, so we're designing items and stat progression in mind for like a 10-year probably runway as far as content goes.
Nice.
Things are gonna, if you've played EverQuest, it's gonna be a very similar feel. You'll start out with, a couple points in stats here and there, but by and large, it's gonna mostly just be like armor class and upgrades to that until you start killing more boss mobs and start getting some better loot. It's not going to be sort of what we've gotten used to in more recent MMOs, where every level you're completely replacing your entire suit of gear, and it's 10-20 times better than the previous sets of gear that you had. So yeah, it's good.
Is there going to be a large emphasis on player economy and player crafting, or is the best stuff you're going to get still coming off of bosses?
It's a little early to talk about the finer points of crafting versus dropped gear, but I definitely want crafting to be viable. Like, that's something that is near and dear to my heart. I would love to see it mostly being a player-driven economy of, a lot of the stuff being, how's a better way to say it? Like, if you need something like a consumable item, you're probably getting it from another player as opposed to going to NPCs and finding it. So a lot of your day-to-day adventuring things you'll either get as drops or from other players, as opposed to, going and buying stacks of food from vendors on the reg.
Cool.
Again, community. That's creating interdependency between not just group members and friends, but the community, needing crafters, all that sort of stuff. So, very cooperative community social. All right, get this Mez guy. All right.
So for those just tuning in, this is Pantheon, Rise of the Fallen, MMO Renaissance that values group gameplay, challenge, and social interaction. With us is the Visionary Realms development team, and Nero, Naku, and Drawl from the Who's Gaming Now network. our level 10 group here. They're currently working through Halnir Caves. We've got about 15 more minutes left to the stream, so we'd be happy to answer as many questions as we can, and thanks for watching.
Clerics have strong abilities versus undead, right? Let's see.
Let's find out.
Ooh, call undead.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Oh.
Jeez, man.
Chris, how'd you know that?
Sometimes you just gotta do things like that, you know?
You just gotta do what you
Sometimes
gotta
you
do.
just you just feel it in your bones, and you.
Mm.
Well, he felt it in his bones. That's what
Yeah, I did. Right in there.
See a ravenous ghoul patrolling around in there. A couple of risen sentries flanking the pillars there.
Yeah, we're going to need to be ready for this next. I think this is pretty cool area of the dungeon, if I recall, and if I know where I'm at. It's likely I'm lost, but I think it's pretty cool. I do usually play a ranger, but not a very good one. I get lost a lot.
Yeah, it's a good question. So if this pull went bad and we needed to try to get to zone, would anybody watching the stream know how to run back and get out of this place?
Without going to the spoiler site?
I don't think you'd have time to pull that up.
Yeah, right.
I think I remember the way back.
Can't I just use gate?
Nope. I do.
Well, if you're bound in here, maybe. Or you might end up on the other side of the world.
Oh wow. Brad just got hit really hard.
Oh, okay. Clear cut.
I'm gonna try to hold this sentry here.
Yep.
There we go.
Where to spread out, guys.
Oh, ravenous ghoul.
Oh man, he hit me really hard. We try to mess him.
These guys are tough.
And it looks like there's a risen cleric
He's
that's
messed.
threatening to approach too.
Yeah.
Keep an eye on this guy back here.
Oh. What is going on here? We've got some Black Dagger guys joining the fun. Oh, this other group is like right on top of us.
Alright.
Did he just train you?
He's trying to.
Oh, he's red. Oh god. Oh guys.
Oh, a whole bunch of stuff just came through.
Oh, that group leader is Kilson too. He's training our group. What a jerk. Anybody know his guild leader?
I'm
Can I
gonna try to
hold
make it
control and
back.
kill him? I would totally kill him right now.
I just killed
Can I
him.
get a heal? I can't get a heal.
Alright.
Uh,
How's that for a wrap, Ben?
I think that was.
Oh, hey, and a miner on top of us when we respawn.
Oh, where'd they go? Who are they mad at? This might come back and bite Kilson. I want to be here to see this.
I already nuked him.
I'm
He's dead.
dead.
That is a monster train, man.
Thanks, buddy.
Oh my goodness. Let me see if I can actually run
You're
out
welcome, guy.
See, and this is what happens in the office every day as well. You know, we're sitting there having fun, and then Kilson just starts training stuff in on top of us. You know, during lunch, he'll start training mailmen and a bunch of people in on us. It's crazy.
Huge train to zone.
Huge train.
I'm bringing these guys to the zone.
I'm looking at your health. I'm not sure if you'll make it.
We'll see. If I get hit again, I won't. I'm almost there, though. These miners.
I see you coming.
Oh man, that is an ugly train. Oh,
All right, let's
man.
take him. Let's take him. We got him right here.
Can we?
No, we don't.
Probably not, but let's try.
Coming in with the AOE stun here. Look at that. I'm just gonna keep
Seriously,
AOE
Sentry on
stunning
me
them
instead.
until you guys can.
Oh, no problem.
Sentry on me is almost dead. Nice dead. Nice AoE.
Wow.
No time for me to die.
Oh. Yeah, we got this.
I think it's. See, I was watching this, and I think it's. I think it kind of speaks to his character how he kind of did the train and then he just stepped into the shadows and disappeared.
Yeah.
I saw that, Kelson. I got my eye on you.
I nuked him dead. He was hopping around and I nuked him right out of the air.
Oh god, I need some attention. Oh, you got me.
There it is. You got the attention you needed.
Yeah. This ghoul is really, I feel like, carrying them. Those clerics would be nothing without that ghoul.
Yeah, well, every cleric needs a couple ghouls.
Right.
You know, turn undead, raise undead, same difference, right?
Nice job, guys. Looks like you got everything under control. And that's how it goes. That's how Pantheon goes. Not only is it a cooperative game where your team really has to be focused, playing well together, but you never know what the other group's going to do at any time. Thank you for watching, everybody. We're going to wrap things up here. If you're interested in finding more about Pantheon Rise of the Fallen, go to pantheonmmo.com. We've got lots of exciting information over there. And I wish you all a good night.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks for watching.
guys.
Yeah, we can't
This was
wait
fun.
to show you more soon. Hope you guys had as much fun as we did. Thank you.
Yeah, it was great checking out the game. Thanks for having us.
You bet. Our pleasure.
Great to have you guys.
Thank you.